Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crowdsourced challenge. I've added in more rules from yesterday's video in addition to the ones that were in the Tuesday video. So we got a nice full wheel of rules. Norlo Gorman, you suggested a lot of stuff, a whole bunch of stuff, which was all amazing. I actually read some of them out to the guys in TeamSpeak before recording this, and oh my god, your roleplay scenarios are insane. I applaud you, good sir, but unfortunately, they're not quite what I'm looking for. I want rules that'll just be like, don't do this or do this. Yours are kind of time-limited stuff, and I want the rules to be permanent, so that's why I haven't put any of your stuff in, unfortunately. But I will actually keep them in a Google Doc somewhere for the next time I want to do a roleplay, and I want ideas, because holy cow, you came up with some good ideas. I'm gonna keep an eye on you, Noel. So, without further ado, let's spin the wheel and see what it gives me today. And our new rule is... I have to buy 4 of one animal type every Friday. Okay, so this rule's been explained to me. So every Friday, and I'm gonna go by real life Friday, today being I think Wednesday. No, Thursday. Today's Wednesday in real life, Thursday for you guys. Because of course I record a day in advance, just double checking. Yes, today is Thursday for you guys. So tomorrow I'll have to buy 4 of one animal, so 4 sheep, 4 cows, or 4 pigs. That's gonna make things interesting, that's gonna spice it up. So let's get into game and deal with the problems that's going to cause. As if by magic, we're in game. We're in late spring as well, because I realised that there was literally nothing I could do mid-spring during yesterday's stream, so we've skipped straight to the late spring time. And we are doing some silage baling. Conveniently, very conveniently. I haven't decided yet what animal I want to buy tomorrow, but yeah, that's gonna make things very interesting. It does mean, I've just realized, I know what animal I want to buy now, just figured it out. Haha. It's just gonna move a little plan of mine forwards. That's gonna be painful as well, because there's another rule that could really muck things up with the animals. There's actually 2 other rules that can really muck things up with the animals. So with people not too happy with the end goal rule that was randomly chosen, I don't know how you guys are going to react to the 4 of one kind of animal every Friday rule, because we're going to end up just full of animals as time goes on. I don't know where I'm going to get the money for all these from, but I'm going to have to figure it out. So yeah, this is gonna make things very interesting. I do, I forgot to put it in. I will have one other mod installed very, very soon. I'm actually gonna need to get a new piece of equipment to suit that. Because I'll be needing to harvest something that I wasn't planning on harvesting. You know what the mod is? And the fact that I'll need to harvest something that I wasn't planning on doing, then well done, you've guessed correctly. Big hint being there that the only 2 crops I wasn't really planning on doing well. There were several. The 2 major ones were potatoes and sugar beets. I've now had to change my mind on that, because I found something that would be really cool for potatoes or sugar beets. Before anybody wonders, I am legitimately updating the wheel with new rules every day. So the rules that weren't selected are staying, the rules that are selected are deleted, so that they don't come up again. So if you want to suggest more rules, feel free. Just know that the rules that are already in the wheel are less and less likely to be chosen if you... the more rules that are in the wheel, the less likely it is that your suggestion will be chosen as a direct result. But you can suggest anything and everything, just as long as it's not something that's time limited. I want something that is has a bit of permanence to it. Like, some of the rules suggested are pay a fine every time I hit something, which is a really cool rule, and that'll cause problems for me. No tabbing allowed at all, or teleporting, which I think I've got as 2 separate rules in the wheel. A lot of people want the fines if I hit things rule. I've seen that come up a few times. I'm not going to put a weight to it, but it is in the wheel already, so you guys don't need to suggest that. What else was suggested a few times? No auto load has been suggested more than once, but I have to manually stack. There's a lot of suggestions coming just directly from the Insanity Challenge. And I kind of think this one's a bit more insane than that, in a way, because I have zero control over the rules. I'm obviously rejecting some because either they're impossible or they're not time limited, or they are time limited even. But some of them are really cool, some of them unfortunately I am rejecting. I need to actually comment on a few of yesterday's comments explaining why rules were rejected. The reason that I directly addressed Noel is because he put 11 suggestions in. Which, good God, Noel, you're mental for doing that, and I do apologise for not choosing any of them, but I will keep them on file, in a filing cabinet. No, I will keep them on file because there's some really good roleplay ideas. Like, I'm I'm not doing a roleplay here, but I'm not exactly gonna never do a roleplay again. So, they will be kept as ideas. So fear not. Might not appear in this series, but they might appear in a future one, you never know. With edits to suit the future series, obviously. No, I needed to have the bear selected. There we go. So for those of you that didn't watch the stream yesterday, number one, why not? Because it seemed like everybody was there. Number two, this is a slight tweak to the John Deere I was using. This is the same model. It is the MB3D John Deere 7030 pack. However, it is the Frontier Designs Edit. Which is private, unfortunately, for those of you who might want it. It is private. Don't go bothering Bullet Bill or OxygenDavid or anybody from Frontier for it. You won't get it. And it's just some slight improvements to how it looks in terms of the texture work. As well as, I think, a slight tweak to horsepower values, which I don't know if that actually does anything, but there's a slight tweak to the horsepower values as well. And other than that, it does nothing. I've also got rid of the 180-90, which I said I would do if I could find a good 110-90, which I did. The one Glencar linked to me was indeed very good, and I now am using that. The reason I'm not using it on the baler is because I've been actually spamming both that and the AG340 quite a lot, so I wanted to use some different machinery, and I haven't had a chance to use the Deere much. Other than its front loader, so you can see we've got the front loader off, and we're just using this to deal with the silage. I think there was something that I forgot to get. There's a couple of things that I forgot to get actually. Now that I'm really thinking about it, forgot to get a seeder for corn if I ever want to do anything to do with corn or sugar beets. And I also forgot to get a trailer for if I need to move a tractor around just by itself, or a piece of equipment from, we'll say, one yard to another, or just some small stuff around. Instead of using the full big 23-foot trailer, I need to get a smaller one, a smaller trailer, so I will get one very, very soon indeed. In fact, you can expect to see it in, if not tomorrow's, or if not today's stream, then tomorrow's video for sure. Because we'll need to use it tomorrow. I really like this setup for doing bale silage. I've been using this a lot, and I know that I've been using this baler a lot. But honestly, it's just as good as a combi baler. Costs a bit more. It might actually cost less, I come to think of it now. But it just looks so much better having the dual pieces of equipment than having the just a single baler on the back, and kind of being a bit more modern, a bit more up to date with things. This is a bit more agricultural in a way, I guess. A bit more old fashioned, a bit more my style of playing. Just need to wait for that bale to unload fully. We can scoot forward a bit so the second bale can unload. That'll do. So the plans for the series were always to have all the animals on the go, so that the new rule doesn't affect that, it just affects when I can buy them. And I would presume that I'm able to buy animals any day of the week, not just on Fridays. But it complicates things in that I have to buy animals every Friday. So I might not want to buy them on any other day of the week, because they'll probably fairly quickly add up to be a pain in the neck. Now bear in mind that rule doesn't limit what animals I can buy or what animals I can have, so there is now the possibility for you guys to limit that rule. And this is where things get interesting, because the rules can pile on top of each other. So for example, you guys could say, if I buy an animal one week, I can't, or I have to, you know, you guys could say a rule could be, I have to alternate the animals I buy on a Friday. Or I can't buy the same animal 2 weeks in a row. Or something like that. You guys can now tweak that rule through other rules. And this is where the series is going to start getting convoluted. I know this because I know you guys are evil and trolls. Because, I mean, you watch my content and I'm evil and a troll. So, kind of a natural assumption to make. So I'm now dreading what weird limitations will be in the comments. By the way, if there's rules that'll contradict each other and one of them gets chosen, I will have to exclude the ones that will obviously contradict it. So any rules that contradict each other are going in right now. But if one gets chosen, I'm gonna have to like remove any rules that would contradict it. Currently there's none that contradict the rules that I have right now, which is good. There's a few that'll tweak the rules that I have right now, which I hope they don't come up anytime soon. This is, yeah, this this series is turning into exactly what I thought it would be already. And we're only in episode 3 and already there's a rule that I'm terrified of. Because I know that you guys can tweak him through other rules. Yeah. I'm terrified of what you guys have come up with. And there's some rules that haven't been selected that I am genuinely scared of. Including, currently, there's no rule against the money cheat. There is one in the wheel. It's not been rolled up yet, so I can money cheat in if I feel I need to. Comically, if there's the no money cheat rule and a rule saying I get fined for stuff, I will have to break the no money cheat rule to cheat the money out. But I'll count that as an exception to the no money cheat rule if those two rules come up. So while they contradict, I'll make an exception for that, because why would you want to cheat money out of a game? Is it really cheating if you're punishing yourself? I would say no. Although, I guess I'll leave that to you guys in the comments. Is it cheating to remove money and punish yourself? Like, if the no money cheat rule comes in, and it is in the wheel, and then, let's say the next day or 2 days later, one of the fine rules comes in, do they contradict each other? Or is it, am I allowed, and I'm going to leave this up to you guys, because I'm obviously going to allow myself for interesting reasons. You know, it's much more interesting for me to have to worry about not hitting things than it is for me to have to worry about not cheating the money in. So I would say, just because it would make things interesting, the money cheat rule wouldn't apply if I have to fine myself for stuff, but I'm not gonna make the final decision on that. I'll leave that down to you guys. So we do have all this field bailed up, and oddly enough, I'm going to actually abandon the silage for now. I'm just going to leave the bales in the field, because with the new rule, with my plan for tomorrow's video, which it makes things interesting, I'm going to have to leave a field bare, or one of the grass fields bare, because I'm going to need, for any animal, I'm going to need grass. Except pigs, but I guess I could get pigs. It's just occurred to me that I could get pigs. But I feel like that wouldn't be too much of a punishment, because I can just buy a buttload of pig food pallets. Or pig food big bags or something. I want to make this interesting and use the rules in an interesting way. So I'm going to not get the obvious answer, which is pigs. Also, something that's not going to be in the rules, and I'm not going to accept any rules that say this, but something that I'm going to try and do is have the baler always at 0 when I'm not using it. It's obviously going to be a lot easier with the round baler than the square baler, but I'm going to try in between, like hay and silage and straw to have the baler empty when it's just in situ, because otherwise, in reality, you'd end up with rotten crap in your baler. And that's not something you really want to be in your baler. So it's not going to be a rule. I'm not going to accept rules that are based on that, but it's going to be something I'll strive towards, is not leaving stuff just in a baler, like 200 litres of straw or 300 litres of hay, unless I know that I'm going to be in a field within the next, like, in-game day to do some more baling. That I'll count as okay, because, you know, that happens in real life. But if it's a case of, yeah, it's going to be a few days before I'll get to another field, then yeah, I'm going to do my best, even if it means just leaving some straw or something behind. And there are rules about not leaving any straw behind, in which case I'll count that as an exception. Again, there are going to be exceptions to these rules, just so that various different things that I want to do and would be a bit more realistic, because I'm, as much as I poo-poo the realism is key thing that some people insist on, I do quite like playing realistically. By the way, we're going to do some spraying now. I do like playing realistically. It's just some people take that to an extreme. I play realistically, but I still like having fun. So I don't want to be that guy who's like, no, I can't do that because it's not done ever in real life. It's like, it looks more fun to do it this way. In fact, let's use the 110. Yeah, let's use the 110 to spray. Put this away real quick. Also, you guys don't need to make a rule about me putting stuff away. I will try and do that as much as I can. Sometimes if I'm kind of rushing in between jobs, I might not, but like if there's rain coming, I might just abandon stuff everywhere. But I will try and put stuff away as much as I possibly can. So now I'm calling this a Fiat, and it's actually a Fiat, so the no people that complained when I was calling the new Honda Fiat can be happy that it's now actually a Fiat. And people can now complain that I'm spraying with a Fiat instead of doing something different. Why is this not picking up liquid fertilizer? There we go. No rule saying that I have to use pallets. Yet. So I can do this right now and get away with it. And then, you know, there's a lot of rules you guys have put in to the comments that are really nice. I really like the idea behind them, and I kind of hope they come up just to make things interesting. This animal rule for animals to be bought every Friday, that is an interesting rule. That's going to change how I look at the game and play the game, because I'll have to keep in the back of my mind that the number of animals I have on a Tuesday is going to be different to what I'll have at the end of the week. Or the number of animals that I start a week with is going to be changing every week. Now, luckily, I can at the moment choose what animals I go for. But you guys might insist on me doing something different. You guys might make a rule that comes up that changes that. And you'll notice as this series goes on that I'm going to lose more and more control over things that I do. Yes, I am excluding some rules because of impossibilities or just unplayability. But I am giving up a lot of control over how I can play this to you guys. Because every time a new rule comes in, that's it. It's in. I can try and get around it. If I can find ways to get around it, I will. But it's slowly restricting how I can play the game and making me think about everything differently. So it's a mini game that I've kind of an unintentional mini game, I think, that I've created with you guys, where the difficulty level is going to start ramping up day by day, and once all the basic rules are in, you guys are, I know this, going to come up with some truly evil stuff. And by the way, if you're wondering why I started off with 5 rules, it's just so that I had a baseline of stuff to work with. Because I didn't want to start episode 1 with 0 rules and be like, I can do what I want. Oh, we're playing with seasons. I can do literally something. Oh, by the way, I think I've got BGA extension in, so BGA can't be used until I've got enough money to turn it on. That's not a rule, that's just a thing that is in the game at the moment. I think I've got BGA extension in anyway. So I don't think you guys have seen me do field 1 in videos yet. I know I've done field 3 and field 38. This is the first time you'll see me in field 1. I'm trying to keep the fields different every time I do some work. Because I don't want to be like that guy who does all of his work in videos on the one field, because it's the smallest field. Or the easiest to get to, or the most convenient. I am trying to get to kind of spread all the work around the different fields. And you'll notice that I was bailing in a field that technically doesn't exist. I was bailing in the cow pasture because I have no cows right now. Once I get cows, I won't bail in there anymore. That was just kind of cheesing the system a bit and using what I had available. So something about today, the stream today, there will be no face cam. I'm going to announce this right now. There'll be no face cam, and I'm going to be a bit quieter than usual because my sister, I literally found this out about an hour ago, is working nights right now as I'm recording this, and tonight as you're seeing this. So I will have to be quiet during the stream. I'll be running a quiet stream, so I won't be able to shout, unfortunately. I won't be as loud as I usually am. I'll have the game turned down. I'll be, I guess, doing a bit more of a chill stream, in a way. But I won't be as loud as usual. I'll have the mic down in a different position. I'll have everything slightly different to what I'm used to. And the face cam will just be off. Number 1, so that when I look over at OBS, I have a reminder that I'm supposed to be quiet. And number 2, because I'll have the mic pretty much directly in front of my face. Just to facilitate the quiet Dave that I'll need to be. So I'll probably go full Faviano on it. If Simulate's watching, he knows exactly what I just meant. Or maybe he'll watch Jeff Faviano over the last few years, I guess. Um, so, now that Shamrock Valley is out, and I was not expecting its release yesterday, what do you guys think of the map? I want your opinions, because, yeah, that's kind of what's important. It doesn't matter what I think of the map. What do you guys think? You enjoying Shamrock Valley? Do you have... What kind of equipment have you chosen? Have you chosen big equipment? Have you gone like me and used smaller stuff to... I'm gonna say this is my own personal opinion. Yours might differ. I feel like the smaller stuff that I've chosen suits the fields and suits the map a bit more. I know DustyDave's gone for bigger equipment because he likes using bigger equipment. I know everybody's going to be slightly different in what they choose and why they choose it. So, what did you choose to use on this map and why? How's that for a question to make you think? Why did you choose the equipment you chose for this map? You know my thought process. It's small, makes sense to me for the size of fields that I've got, and it's stuff that I see in real life around me. Now, the 11090, I don't think I've ever seen one. I don't recall ever seeing one. The 8340, I see tons of. The 7030, I don't see many 7030s. Don't see many 7430s. It's mainly 6930s. But I couldn't find a good 6930 mod, and I wanted that kind of cab shape on the deer, so that's why I chose that. I will, of course, over time be swapping out vehicles and swapping vehicles to be maybe slightly bigger, but I'm going to keep within the under 250 horsepower limit I've set myself. So I might end the series with, 3 or 4 250 horsepower tractors, but I will stay within that limit. And it just, in a way, it just kind of forces me to pick equipment that makes sense. And it's a good excuse to not have, 4 quad tracks. Which I'm sure somebody somewhere will decide to get 4 quad tracks on this map. Or at least one. With the spraying done and the baling done, I think that's about all we really have time for today. I know there's tons more work to do. And you might notice that I've bumped the time up to 5x acceleration. That's just so that I don't end up ending a video with, well, I don't know what to do, I'll figure something out. Kind of puts a bit more time pressure on me. And if I feel like I'm under too much time pressure, I can literally turn time off and set it to 0 if I really want to. Or if I feel like it's going a bit too fast, I can set it to 3. 5 seems to be about alright for me right now. But that is about all we have time for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And, yeah, leave real suggestions and, what your thoughts on the map and why you chose the equipment you chose. And what it is, as well. What equipment you chose and why. Down in the comments below. Really interested in reading what you guys chose and seeing your logic behind your equipment choices. Because everybody makes decisions differently, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys, what way you guys think. Hopefully not like me, where it's 17, where you get a triple wheel challenger just for the lulz. If you missed yesterday's stream, you missed me bring a triple wheel challenger down to Scatterbrook Farm, which is the small yard. The pig yard. You can fit a triple wheel challenger in that, because of course you can. I tried that by request of OxygenDavid himself. Because he knew I tried. But that is going to do it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I'll leave you by saying, I'm RainbowDave. You've been watching the Crowdsourced challenge on Shamrock Valley in Farming Simulator 17. I'm not looking forward to what tomorrow's rule change will be. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.